2021, as the Taliban took control of Afghanistan, a group of Afghan pilots managed to fly a portion of the country's military aircraft to neighboring Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. Among the evacuated aircraft were not only the light attack planes like the Embraer EMB-314 Super Tucano but also the UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters. Recently, some of these aircraft were transferred to the United States as part of a broader operation to redistribute the former Afghan air fleet. After the fall of Kabul in August 2021, Afghan pilots, fearing Taliban capture, evacuated 22 military planes and 24 helicopters to neighboring countries. The operation included a wide variety of aircraft, ranging from light multi-role helicopters like the MD-530 to the heavier Mi-17s and UH-60 Black Hawks. By doing so, the pilots not only saved their lives but also attempted to preserve equipment that could potentially be used for future resistance against the new regime. The Taliban repeatedly claimed that the aircraft taken out of Afghanistan were their property and should be returned to Afghanistan. In response, the Uzbek government emphasized that the planes and helicopters belonged to the United States and could not be returned to Afghanistan. American officials later corroborated this stance, confirming that the aircraft would be sent to the U.S. for further use. As a result, despite political tensions and disputes over ownership, most of the aviation equipment returned to Uzbekistan. However, 7 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters, deemed fit for operation by the Pentagon, were transferred to the United States. The events of 2021 marked the end of the Afghan Air Force as it had existed. However, many of these aircraft, such as the Mi-17 helicopters and the Cessna AH-208, continued their service elsewhere. For example, several Mi-17s were transferred to Ukraine, where they were put to use in the ongoing conflict with Russian forces. Additionally, discussions have been held about the potential use of the Cessna AH-208 light attack aircraft for combating Russian Shahid drones in Ukraine. Meanwhile, some aircraft at the time of the Taliban's rise to power were either already outside of Afghanistan or undergoing maintenance. The transfer of aircraft to the U.S. was just one part of a larger operation to redistribute and return equipment left behind in Afghanistan after the NATO withdrawal. For the U.S., this was not only a return of property but also an opportunity to utilize these machines for its operations, strengthening its presence in Central Asia. Thus, despite the dramatic events of 2021, the legacy of Afghan aviation continues to influence the geopolitical situation in the region.